hadn't really considered, and I didn't even know about plus size fashion. I always thought it was almost taboo. You know, it's kind of synonymous with being larger and being not as attractive as standard models.
Now you hear about it in all kind of press and in all the magazines, like on TV. At the very beginning, people were like, "Oh, okay, what did you do? Is it the same thing? Is it the same job?" Like, yeah, exactly the same. I personally don't like the appellation plus size. I like curvy.
I used to hate the term plus size. It was almost like, yeah, you're a bigger version, like McDonald's when you go like, super size. It's like, it's just a bigger version of something.
Yeah, I think the fact they call them that shows that there's a distinction between the two. But if they were going to do another campaign, they should have just called them models. Whereas they've almost made two separate categories now.
I don't mind the fact that there's a different name for us, because it's a different category. I mean, it doesn't bother me, that's the reality.
Yeah.
And like if you use curvy isn't offensive. Curvy's nice.
There are different shapes of people out there as opposed to just what manufacturers want to produce clothes for. So it makes sense to represent everyone in the fashion industry.
We wouldn't be here if we weren't representative of something.
It might be, I don't know, for like that high fashion, maybe still considered a little bit like a black sheep, I guess. It might be.
But I think personally it's like a fashion industry label that, like we said, it differentiates you. But we're still models, we still have the same skills, we're still the same professionals, and we do the same job.
I think now it's getting in the norm. I think people start to really understand that it's the same job, and you get a lot of positive comments about it.
It's a slow go just because there are so many opposing views on it, but it is starting to make a change. Yeah, there you can see with, you know, no longer having stick figures on the cover of Sports Illustrated, or, you know, big boobs are okay now because, you know, they're normal. And curves are starting to change it.
Plus size fashion isn't what it used to be. I mean, there's so many young fashion companies now, fashion brands that will produce a bodycon dress with sequins and low cut and really short, and why not? They'll do it up to size 32. It's having that option. I think people are buying into that.
People have become used to a certain type of model, and again, with the case of any sort of change, there will be some resistance and people put up barriers, but slowly but surely I think these are coming down.
There are still changes, there's still capacity for growth. There are still areas that I think could change, but everything's moving definitely in the right direction. I think retailers are now embracing what we as women and as wearers want, so yeah, it's growing.
I wouldn't have thought that like 10 years ago. For me, it was like, okay, if you want to be a model, you need to be starving and exercising 5 hours a day, but not living just a regular healthy lifestyle. And it's happening.